Hello everybody, what is the rumpus? How are you doing? My name is Stephen Fletcher-Edzikowski. What I'm going to do is welcome you to the kind of the beta public testing time of Through Hell and Back. Now, one thing I want to explain is I'm using, my mock-ups, and the black and white, like low ink version might differ somewhat. So if there's any confusion, just let me know. This is the first time actually I've ever recorded myself playing a board game. So the first thing I did is I set up the map. And make sure this camera's still recording. I hope so. I'm not using my normal setup, so let's hope this works. So I set up my map, and it is the B24, and this is a little different than the version I have now. You'll see, maybe you've seen already, you have a little area for how to feather the props. I put that on the map and I just didn't print out a new one. Here I have the crew cards. These are the crew cards for the B24, and hopefully the lighting is also okay in here. I took out the engine hit cards to my left here. I've got the enemy, the fighter cards here, got the allied cards here. These are in the spaces they should be. And I just put temporarily the weather and the base mission deck here. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set out the map, the game board, and I'm going to put 4 black cubes and 4 red cubes and 4 yellow cubes in the engine, the mechanical damage box up on the left. All right, so the crew, it's best if you put them in order. So what I do is I lay them in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got bombardier, navigator, pilot, co-pilot, and flight engineer, and I'm not sure if you're going to see the whole next row or not. I apologize for that. Maybe you can. I've got the radio operator, number 6, number 7, the ball turret, number 8, the left waist, number 9, the right gunner, right waist gunner, and then the tail gunner, lonely guy at the back of the plane. So I got these right at the edge of the table. I don't know. It's like a good arm's length. I don't know how many centimeters that is, 70 or 60 centimeters space you're going to need. It does take up a little bit of space. I have not figured out how to make it smaller. I don't know. My eyes are bad, so I kind of like the larger play area. It's easier for me to deal with. All right, once I set out those guys, I'm gonna put the black cubes and the red cubes respectively on the top of the crew cards. You'd have like a nice Pez dispenser for these things. It'd be so much easier to work. There's a lot of like little moving parts in this game, which I kind of enjoy. I like to play with my cubes. I like to move the cubes around. And because I'm not a hardcore game designer or anything, this is the system I've currently come up with. Oh, I had a couple other ideas, but I don't know, I sort of settled on this one. The one thing I was going to do was make the pilot area one piece, because I do get annoyed with the cards shifting around. That, I'll be honest with you. So I was going to make this one piece, but there are upgrades available for the, what do you call it? There are upgrades available for the pilots. There are different pilot cards. All right, so that's why I didn't kind of fix that on there. Next, I've got the ammo. There's 3 types of ammo, and I use 3 different colored dice. So the white represents the regular ammo. The blue is a tracer round, and the red is a critical shot for now. So I'm just gonna, you'll see on the crew cards, there are locations for each color ammo. towards the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place those ammo down respectively. It does not matter what number or what pips are facing up. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want because they're just there to keep track of the ammo. And I had another system for this, which I kind of liked better, but this is what I settled for in the end. And oh, I hope my camera equipment doesn't bail out on me, because I'm not used to doing it this way. A lot of dice. A lot of dice. I like dice. I think I'm not alone in liking dice. This might annoy some people because this is one of the more fiddly parts to the game. Once you kind of get it set up, it's not that bad. But you know, in the real bomber, there was a lot of Mendokusai, or a lot of troublesome things, loading and unloading ammo, and then ordnance, bombs, and you know, machine gun ammo, and then if the mission was scrubbed, they'd have to take all of that off the plane again. It was a lot of work. So compared to that, this is, you know, this is much easier. All right, so I've got all the cards, all the crew cards set up. After that, I need my mission card. Now, there are two ways for bombing, and I'm going to do the original way because I've changed it. But let's do the original way first. So this is the mission. This is the mission card. It has the dossier, mission dossier card. This is the folder image on it. When I flip that around, now in the test version, you don't have the back. I think I just printed out the front, and it might be hard to read. The first line is the name of the mission. In this case, it's Operation Apple Jar. It's mission number 1. There's a cap. Yeah, this is going to be hard to read, I think, on the camera. In green, you'll see a cap. That stands for crew action cards. I'm just going to show you those real quick. So we have crew action cards, and those allow you to do certain actions with the crew. For example, this is reload, so it ties into the reload ability on the crew card. And you'll see it tells you what you can do. You can reload 2 ammo right after shooting, and then on the upper right hand corner there's a cost for that. So on the Apple Jar, I have a cap of 24. I can spend 24 crew action points on those crew action cards. Pretty simple. Then this tells you how to build the mission deck. There's 3 EA, which is enemy aircraft. There's 3 flak, there's 4 incidents, there's 3 clear sky cards, and there's 3 bonus cards. So we're going to do that in a bit. Oh, let me bring that up. It's in Rouen, France, and the targets are ammunition dump, parts storage, park storage, a half-track lot, and there's a civilian area that's negative points. I think I took that off on the newer bombing redesign, bomb site card redesign, the bomb site card redesign in the dossier. And it tells you on the bottom what you can do, or what you can get for each target that gets hit. Again, I've kind of in the midst of redesigning this, but it's still somewhat similar. Anyway, that's the mission card. Now, this I don't need to keep at the ready, so this I can put off to the side. The thing I do want ready, where is it? Here it is. Is the bomb site card. So this I'm going to be using throughout the mission. So this I want to place somewhere off to the side. You might not be able to see that well right now, but don't worry. So I'll place that off to the side because I will. Actually, I'm going to keep it right there because I do want you to see that. All right, put the other mission cards away. Where are the other mission cards? Oh, I'm going to keep this one at the ready. All right. So I got 24 points for crew action points. I'm not going to go crazy with this. Let's see here. I'm going to take the reload, the nimble hands for 2 points. I'm going to take this banana split. So crew cards come in 2 varieties. There's our action cards come in two varieties. There's the crew action card, and then there's, well, it's still a crew action card, but it's the escort planes crew. It's the fighter escorts, the friendly escorts that you have, and you'll see the color is different. It's a little turquoise for the escorts. So I'm going to take the banana split for the pilot escort. So that's 7 points so far. I'm only going to take one more just to kind of keep things simple. I'm going to take, I should put this out here so you can see. Clear gun jam. Ignore 5 damage when calculating landing. I think I'm going to take, so I got 7. This will bring me to 17. This is 10 points. It's on course. It's for maneuvering and piloting. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. I want smooth and easy. One step ahead. Eagle Eye. I'm going to take Eagle Eye for 4 points. I'm just going to take the Eagle Eye card. Allows me to add a tracer to any gunner position firing on one target. All right. Crew cards will the crew abilities will reset every turn unless there's something else, some other modifier or something going on. All right. I'm sorry this is so slow. I guess this is how my brain works. Not too fast here. All right. So I did that. I'm sorry. I didn't do this yet. I want to just refer to this. So I need 3 enemy aircraft. This is a very small mission. According to this, I'm going to need 3 enemy aircraft. Now, the enemy aircraft cards, the enemy aircraft attack cards are just really graphical in the base mission deck. You see, this is the base. These are base mission deck cards. Okay. Now, these cards are simply to show you the aircraft are coming in. So they differ in design, and it's just an aesthetic choice. I hate seeing the same thing every time, so I made 3 or 4, I forget, different designs. So I just need 3 of these cards, 3 enemy aircraft cards. So I'm going to take 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put the rest off to the side somewhere, and I'm going to just put those down there for now. I need 3 flak cards, so I'm going to go back to the base mission deck, and I've got the flak cards. This is the updated design. Again, you might not see that. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Oh, here's the old design. Okay, 3. And I need 3 clear sky cards. These are nice to have. The clear skies. There's kind of nothing dangerous happening. And 3 incidents. So what I like to do is just take the incident cards. I think I have most of them here. Just have a bunch. Just take the incident cards, and I'll just shuffle them up. Right, and I'm just going to draw 3 blindly. I mean, it's better if you don't know what they are, and I'm just going to kind of put these face down. All right, because I don't want to see them. Next, I've got 3 bonus cards. Those are the blue base mission cards with the blue. I need that. Take that out. Bonus. These are more. Those are more incidents. See if I got all of the bonus cards. I feel like I'm missing something. All right, so I'm going to take 3 bonus cards. 1, 2, 3. Right? Is that what it said? 3. Okay. I'm going to put them down there. So that is my mission deck. Okay, that's my mission deck. There's a couple other cards I need. Sorry, I got my mission deck set up over here. Again, this is pretty small. This is a short little mission. All right, so here's the mission deck, and I shuffled it. Right? I think I shuffled it. Well, you can never shuffle too much. Okay, I got that shuffled. Now, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to prepare the mission completely is I want to put this enemy controlled area about halfway in the deck. So I'm just going to, you can see, I'm just going to cut the deck. Okay, split the deck. Just eyeballing it, right? It's probably a little more than halfway down. And I'm just going to place that down, and I'm going to place that back on top, okay? And then I'm going to cut the deck one more time in half. Again, I'm not measuring what's going on. And I'm going to take this return to base. This recalls the escorts. This gets placed down there, and then I cover the deck. Now the deck, I don't shuffle the deck anymore, right? So it's just shuffle, place the enemy control area in, and then put the deck down, cut it one more time. Yeah, I don't know my terminology. I feel like if I say cut, people want to like split the deck and put it together. So you just have the deck, put the card on top, just like that. It's easy. I'm going to take this Allied Escort card. Okay, this says we can add one escort fighter and we ignore all flak. And if we bail out safely so the crew can fight again, fly again. So I'm going to place that right up here in the mission control area. That's how I do it. I just tuck the card in like that. I think I need to make it so the text is reversed so you can do that. Anyway, I think I need to do that. It's a little design flub on my part. All right. I got the mission, everything together. Now I can take my weather cards and I shuffle these bad boys. Now you'll see the weather cards have text on both sides. So after I shuffle, I can decide I want to take this side, the top, or I want to switch it and take the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the bottom. And I'm going to reveal the card, and it is Storms. Not what I wanted to do because it complicates things. But, oh, you know what? I forgot to add the morale marker up here. So if I do Storms, what happens is the mission gets scrubbed. So what I have to do then is lower this cube the morale cube down to move it to the left by 1. And we don't fly. So we pretend it's the next day, and then we'll shuffle the weather cards again. But let's just pretend I picked cloudy because I don't really want to do that today. So magically it's cloudy. And I'm going to put that in the weather slot there just to remind myself it's cloudy. If it was sunny, what I would do is I would roll for the sun. So here is the sun roll card. I would roll, I got a 2. A 2 is 6 o'clock. So the sun would be at 6 o'clock. I would either put this down with a die or a marker on it to remind myself it's 6 o'clock, or I would put the sun. Whatever you want to do is fine. There's really no reason, for me to stranglehold that idea. You can do what you want, but that's the sun. That's how the sun rolls are, or the suns are. Sun card is performed. All right. Now, I'm flying in cloudy weather, so I'm going to do low altitude bombing. Low altitude bombing adds 1 flak damage, and I do, because I'm a lower altitude, have a little more precision. I get a +3 on my bombing rerolls, so I can reroll 3 dice. And there's a searchlight effect, which is probably not in these missions you're going to encounter yet. So I'm going to slip that under the altitude so I know I'm doing low bombing, so I can remember. And that's it. We're set up. Well, that seems like a lot of work, right? Okay. I do want to make sure, I know that these aren't shuffled. So I want to make sure that I have the engine cards are shuffled. So I'm just shuffling them. All right. So this is the engine card. But it's probably a good thing to mention. I don't want to mention it because it does sound egotistical, but yeah, nothing is 3D on these cards. These are all hand painted by myself. So this is a B-24 engine. This is the Pratt & Whitney double wasp or whatever. Okay, oh, I peeked. All right, anyway. Now there's 2 ways to set this up. You can put it against the board and reveal them to the left side like this, or you can kind of keep them to the left a little bit and just reveal them like this. Again, we peeked. All right, there's a takeoff card. Yeah, it seems like a lot, but when you're explaining it and you're doing it, it kind of takes like double the time. So really, this is really pretty quick. There's a takeoff card. All right, so I'm going to take three black die, because I'm going to use these black dice. It says roll 4d6, and if I got double ones or double twos, I take one minor damage engine. One minor damage to my engines. Look at that guy go. All right, so I don't have any double ones or double twos. Thank you. All right, nice, strong Pratt & Whitney engine. Okay. All right, so I just, I just put the takeoff card away, and that's it. Now we're ready to start the mission. I feel like I'm forgetting something. There is an abort card. Let me just kind of cover that real quick. If I want to abort, like I'm halfway through the mission, I've already, like, the bombardier died and something horrible happened, and I think, okay, there was too much damage to the plane, structural damage. I gotta limp home. I can use a mission abort, and then you just follow the instructions on this. We'll go over that later. In the final version, there will be bomber cards. So this is the 565th Bomb Squadron, and I do have some updated art. So I'm making those art. It is not historical, unfortunately, because I do not want to trample on any copyrights or anything. So I'm just making them up. And again, like I've said, if that irks you or bothers you in some way, let me know. Okay? All right. So that's it. Easy peasy. So we've rolled for takeoff. We are in the air. Everything is humming. Everything's fine. All crew are reporting in. And we're going to turn over the first card. So a turn is taken between the drawing of the base mission card and then returning or discarding the base, resolving it, discarding. So our morale is high. We're all pumped up. We had some powdered eggs this morning for breakfast. We're in the air. The first card we turn over is an incident. Lovely. No oxygen flow. However, on the bottom of this card, it says ignore if low altitude. And we are low altitude. So guess what? This oxygen issue is not an issue. Thank you. So we just discard that. There's nothing to do. There's nothing else to do. We don't have to take any actions or deal with any fighters. So we just draw the next card. This is turn number 2. Turn number 2 is low oxygen. I got to talk to the ground crew. What is going on? So we can just discard that. In a way, that's good. These problems happened in the beginning while we're under low altitude. And I guess I got to shuffle those cards better. All right. Next is flak. All right. Now we are in an allied territory. This flak card we can ignore. Wow, I've never had a mission like this. Every time I play the game, I'm getting hammered all the time. All right. Turn the camera on and it always. All right, so now here we go. I got a bonus ability. Turn 3. Turn 3. Turn 2. Turn 3. This turn 4. Sorry. So I've got a bonus ability, a lucky spotting. Now with bonus abilities, I can keep the card. If the next card is a bonus ability, I have to choose which one I want to keep. So I just have a little bonus ability section here. I just keep it right here. I also tend to use this space when I play certain cards. It's probably a bad idea because sometimes you forget what's going on. But I'm going to keep this lucky spotting. This allows me to raise enemy aircraft rating by 1. And I should have went over the aircraft cards in the beginning, but we're going to come to that. Oh, I forgot to turn over my allied escort card. Okay, I've got an escort. How I do escorts is I just keep them on top of the deck. If I happen to get 2 escorts, I'll just place this guy right here. All right? Okay. Let me just say, I should have said this in the beginning. The bomber has 4 engines. It has 3 damage locations in each engine. The crew positions are marked on the bomber. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So the bombardier is in position 1. There's position 1. Okay. And yes, if you were smart, you noticed the left and right waist gunner, they have no guns. Somehow I forgot to add them. I noticed that yesterday and I put them in. So before you send me any comments saying, well, how ridiculous is that? I know, I fixed it already. And again, this is a little bit of an older game board. I didn't reprint it. All right, so the next turn is clear skies. Clear skies, we get a little rest, and the crew can still use actions and the escorts can battle. There's nothing going on. Well, this is a little interesting mission. Actually, I don't usually play the smaller missions. I usually have a much larger mission deck. Okay, so far, we're sailing along without trouble. All right, I got another bonus card. I can remove 1 minor damage from crew locations, or I can keep the lucky spotting. Which do I want to keep? I'm going to keep this. Okay, I'm going to keep the first aid kit ability. All right, next turn. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Did I shuffle these cards? All right, bonus ability. Extra tracer ammo. When firing at enemies, add 2 traces. I don't want to keep this. I'm going to return it. So, still humming along. The escort is still following us in his shiny P-47. Next card is, it's got to be, no, it's clear skies. Oh my goodness. All right, clear skies. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. All right, this is not how I wanted my example game to go. Bonus ability. All right, so this is bad. So we know we're getting all the good luck in the beginning. We're going to get slammed soon. All right. Tight. Oh, my goodness. Tight formation. May re-roll damage dice once. Must choose the re-roll. So in this case, I'm able to roll the damage to my planes 1 time. But if I do that, I have to choose whatever the re-roll was. So this is a little tricky bonus. I do not want to keep that one. All right, next card, enemy. Okay, here we go. Enemy aircraft. You'll notice a -1 in the blue circle. That means that we move this stress down to the left 1 point. And let me make sure this thing is still filming. So now we're going to be drawing an enemy fighter card. So this is how I keep the enemy fighter card. I keep it just below the line of the what do you call it, of the board. So we're going to turn over the enemy fighter card, reveal that is a Focke-Wulf with a rating number of 5, and he's coming 3 o'clock low. Okay, so let me just show you this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Rating of 5, and the direction is 3 o'clock. And he's coming from the low position there. I might just put the cards up. It's easier to see. Okay. Cool camo. I like this. I like this camo. And then it tells you the plane type, and obviously it's Germany. We're flying over Europe. So I'm going to place him right there. Okay. How does combat work? So once the plane gets placed, there's nothing else to do. We have to resolve combat. Because I have an escort, the escort will roll for... the escort gets to attack first. The rating number is lower than the enemy plane. The escort has a 4, the enemy plane has a 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get over a 4 or over for the escort. Oops, I dropped it, but whatever. That was a 4. Okay, lucky drop. So he gets to shoot first, the escort. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. I got a 3, and you'll see on the enemy card, I've got a 1, 2 4s, and a 6 slot. Those slots need to be matched with the die. I rolled a 3. I didn't get it. However, if I was rolling for the rating and I got a 6, that would be an automatic kill for this plane. Okay. That's how the escorts work. All right. So I got a 3, so I missed. So I lined up successfully, but I blew my shot, missed it. All right. Now the escort, the enemy fighter gets to go. Okay. The Focke-Wulf has to roll a 5 or a 6. because his rating is a 5. Oh, look at that. He gets a 6. So I'm going to take some kind of marker. In this case, I'm using a red cube. Oh, I'm sorry. He got a 6. If I rolled a 5, I would have placed a damage marker on this aircraft. And there's 3 damage spaces on this particular aircraft. Every aircraft is different. Because I rolled a 6, it's an automatic kill shot. So that's a critical. And he goes on the bottom of the pile. I'm so sorry. That was not good. Well, this is not a good... does not bode well. All right, once the air escorts are done, got the escorts all handled, the next thing I'm going to do is... once I got the escorts handled, the next thing I'm going to do is the bomber and enemy aircraft. Now, I'm sorry for the stutter. The way this works is, I'm going to look at the enemy aircraft, and I can roll under that number of ammo die. So, oh, you know what? I had the banana split escort. I could have done that. No, it actually doesn't matter. I'm probably going to use this action card. All right, so first things first. So, he's coming 3 o'clock low. So 3 o'clock low, the ball turret gunner can hit that. So can the right waist gunner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the right waist gunner. So I'm going to take 3. Well, I can do 4. I can, because it's a 5. The rating on the enemy aircraft is a 5. I can shoot up to 4 ammo, use 4 ammo dice. Now, the strategy to this is, if I do fire all my ammo at that guy, I cannot quickly reload and fire at another target. So if the next turn I need to fire at another enemy coming from the same direction, I'm in a little trouble. All right. So I don't want to spend, I'm not going to spend all the die. I'm going to take 3 off of the right waist gunner, and I go from the right to the left when we take off the ammo. Okay, so I got 3. I'm going to try to roll this where you can see it. All right, I've got 2 4s and a 1. Oh, look at, oh my, oh, I got lucky. All right, let me just quickly explain. Well, I did kill this guy because this 4 matches, this 4 matches, this 1 matches. Once all of the white slots are taken up, that aircraft is disabled and he goes bye-bye. Now, the way the tracer works, I'll just explain it now, is since I rolled a 4, let's say I rolled a 2, okay? Here, let's say this was my roll. Well, this 4 connects, and because this tracer round connected, this tracer round hit, I can lead my target, I can lead my guns better. So what that allows me to do is, that tracer round hitting the plane allows me to change this 1 way, or 1 up or down by 1, sorry. So because it's a 2, I can either go to a 3 or I can go to a 1. Right? And in that case, because I can do that, I would have hit him anyway. Does that make sense? It's pretty easy. All right, so this guy's gone. I'm going to take those ammo dice, I'm going to put them to the side. All right, this guy's gone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, oops, sorry, hit the camera. I'm just going to stuff him under the deck. All right. Okay, whew, nobody got injured. So that's the end of that turn. Not because I killed him, but because I fired. But we just happened to kill him. If I didn't hit him, he would still be in play, but we would go to the next turn. So let's turn over the next card. It's probably going to be another enemy aircraft. Oh. Well, that's too bad for that guy. He could have went home. So this is the return to base. The escorts are ordered back for whatever reason, and we lost our escort. We don't have it anyway. Okay, so now that turn is not over. I just resolved the card. What I can do is I can reload up to 3 ammo dice. And I'm basically just going to put those back on the right gunner. Again, I don't know if you can see that or not. Can we see that card? I think you can almost see it. All right. I don't want to push these up. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So now the turn is over. Next turn, I'm going to turn over the card, clear skies. And here again, we could do some crew actions, but we don't really have anything going on. And that's it. That turn is over. Next turn, enemy aircraft, I guess. No, enemy controlled area. All right, so we entered enemy controlled territory. And here, basically, if we bail out, the crew gets captured. So we lose all our crew if our plane goes down. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the Allied controlled, and I'm going to slip in the enemy controlled up at the top. I think you can see that. I'm sorry this camera placement isn't ideal. All right, next turn is an incident. We got a ball turret ammo feed jam. So the ball turret is ammo feed is jammed. We can resolve against reload or repair, but it cannot be fired this round. So the ball turret has a reload of 3. So I can use the ball turret crew member to try to fix that. The radio operator has a repair of 5. That's not a good repair. Who's got a lower repair? Who's not busy? All right. So the best thing to do is I can ask the ball turret gunner to fix his own feed. Okay. So this turn, he's got a reload of 3. I got to roll over that, and I don't. All right. So he cannot fire the weapon. So I placed the card on top of him to remember that. Next turn is enemy aircraft, of course, right? Now that the ball turret's screwed up, here comes enemy aircraft. Oh, I forgot. We shot down that plane. Our morale was up 1. Now our enemy came back. Our morale was down 1. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Okay, we got to draw an enemy. So we're going to draw this guy. Okay, so he's coming from high. So the ball turret gunner has a chance right now. I'm going to roll 1 more to try to fix that. Jeez Louise. All right. He has not. So our ball turret is malfunctioning still. So he's out for this turn because he can't use the ball turret. So he's out. Luckily, this plane is coming from 4. I'm sorry. His rating is 4 and he's coming from 9 o'clock high. So 9 o'clock high. I'm going to use my left waist gunner. So that's 4 rating, so I can use up to 3 dice. I'm going to use 3. All right. I got a 5, which is useless. I do have a hit with a 4. And because that's a tracer, I can take this 4 I rolled, change it to a 3, and put that on his other open 3 slot. All right, take away the extra ammo die, and the flight engineer can use the top turret, and he can fire. I'm going to fire 2. I'm going to take 2 of his ammo, and he's got a 2. Good, that matches, and the 4 doesn't. Okay, this enemy is on his last leg, or it's on a wing and a prayer. All right, I'm just going to leave that. I can still... No, that's it, right? I can't fire anybody. The tail gunner can take a crack at him. All right, I'm going to try a lucky shot with it. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to, just for demonstrations purposes, let this guy fire at the bomber. So now that I've fired, the aircraft is going to fire. He's got to roll over at 4. He rolls a 2, so he doesn't hit me. All right, that's the end of that turn. Starting the next turn, he's still there. We roll the next card, and we got another enemy fighter. We move the stress down 1. We draw up 2. Oh, this guy. All right, a little harder. All right. He's coming from 12 o'clock high, and he's got a lot of damaged locations. All right. So he's going to be trouble. All right, so beginning of the turn. I'm going to try to clear this ball gunner's slot. Got to get over a 3. Oh, golly. All right, that didn't work. Ball gunner's still down. All right, 12 o'clock high. I've got the nose gun, can take a shot at him. The bombardier can fire. I'm going to take the 2 ammo in that section. Oh, hang on. I want to reload. The waist gunner is 2. Okay. What was I saying? The bombardier is going to use the nose gun to take a crack at the new plane that just came in. I got a 2 and a 5. Oh, so the 5 connects. The tracer round connects, which is great because this 2 can be turned to a 3, and we got a hit on his engine. That's great. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Bombardier. The flight engineer is going to use the top turret at 12 o'clock high. He's going to throw 2 ammo dice for this guy. And we got nothing. That was junk. All right. Now we still got the guy at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to roll 3 dice from the left waist gunner. This is 9 o'clock high. Now, if I get a 6 on that red die, it's an automatic kill. All I need is a number 2 for the white. Jeez Louise, I got a 6. I want to talk about this. I forget if I mentioned it in the rules. If I rolled 2 6s on the white, that would count as a red. So I would be able to take him out if I rolled double 6s, whatever the double number is. In this case, I didn't get anything, so. All right. Who else can shoot at him? The tail gunner can take a crack. 2 6s. There we go. Oh, man. I should play the lottery today. So those 2 6s can be placed there. Also, this guy got riddled, so he's out. He doesn't get to shoot, this fighter. Take those dice and just... Oops, sorry about that. Excuse me. This guy is out of the picture. All right. Okay. Put him away. Bye-bye. Okay. This guy still gets to shoot. So he's got to roll a 3 or higher. So I'm going to roll his off for his rating. He gets a 5. So he's going to shoot. All right. So he's going to hit. So he hit the bomber. I'm going to get a D12 over here. And we're going to roll for the bomber for the location. Now watch, he's going to get an engine hit. Just watch. No, good. So he gets the navigator's section. So I'm going to remove the yellow cube from the navigator, and I'm going to put it onto the bomber 2 position. Okay? And that's how the damage is done. He's still there, and now that's the end of the turn. We're going to start another turn. We got flak. This is not going to be good. So I roll, you'll see on the card it says D12 for the attack. So if it's a 1 to 4, it's a hit. If it's a 5 to 12, it's a miss. It's a hit. Now, how many times does he hit? How many actual hits of flak do we get? So that's the next roll. You'll see on the damage. It says D12, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 12. So 1 to 5 is a 1, 6 to 10 is a 2, 11 to 12 is a... so he gets 2 shots. All right, so we're going to roll again this D12 to find out the locations of those 2 hits. The first hit is 3, is the pilot's section. Pilot gets a light wound. Next is the second shot, last shot. Please don't be the same location. Is a 5. It's really bad flak. And the flight engineer gets a crack. All right. Okay, we resolve the flak. We're going to put him back. That's how that goes. Easy peasy. Now, we got one more card. All right. So that turn, we had the flak. We resolved the flak. Now we're going to resolve the fight, the enemy aircraft. Again, I'm going to try to roll over a 3 to get this ball turret fixed. Oh, I got a 1. This guy has got to go back to some kind of engineering class. All right, so he cannot fix his ball turret. I'm actually going to use the left waist gunner also to help him. So he's got a reload of 3. Again, I can, on the incident for the ball turret feed jam, you'll see it says you can roll against the reload or repair ability. So I'm going to use the left waist gunner. So he's out of ammo, by the way, the left waist gunner, and there's nobody coming from 3 o'clock. I mean 9 o'clock from the left. So I'm going to use him to try to help this ball turret guy. Please roll over a 3, please. All right, 3 or oh, that's all I needed. All right, so I'm going to remove this incident card. I'm going to put it in the deck. Ball turret is freed up now. Good golly. But I cannot use the left waist gunner this turn if I wanted to, because I used him to fix that issue. Let's get to the combat. So he's coming from 12 o'clock high. I'm going to reload my ammo. Once I reload, I cannot fire that turn if I choose to reload. So I think what I might do is I might use this Nimble Hands reload card. I'm going to use this Eagle Eye, add a tracer to any gunner. So I'm going to use the navigator position. I'm going to use him with those cheek guns, and I'm going to take his 2 ammo dice, and I'm going to add 1 tracer round for my cap card here, Eagle Eye. And I'm going to roll. Let's see what I get here. Yeah, I don't recommend rolling on top of the bomber, because when you have cubes everywhere, it's not good. I just want you to be able to see. All right. I've got a 4. Oh, nice. We got him. So the tracer round connects. This 5 can be turned to a 4, which connects to that other wing. He's out. Oh, that is awesome. He doesn't get to fire at us. Oh, yeah, I thought this was going to be worse, this mission. All right. All right, so that's the end of the turn. Next turn this is the last. It's flak. Not great. Oh, I forgot about. Oh, hang on. We got that flak. Let me use this bonus ability. I'm going to remove 1 damage cube from the pilot. I'm going to put that back on the pilot's card. All right. I'm going to remove 1 damage cube. The flak we have to do. So let's see if the flak even hits us. Oh, it misses. Oh, we got a 9. So that's a miss. So that's it. That's the end of the flight. There's no enemy aircraft still engaged with us. If there were, when we got to this bombing, we would still go through with the bombing, but we would have a penalty. We would remove dice. So let's just look at the bombing card. So we didn't have any obstructions here. All right, so we roll 8 dice. We have 8 dice. 2, 4, 6. All right, let's see what happens. All right. I got a 6. I've got another 6. I've got a 1. I've got a 2. I got a 5. I've got a 3 and a 1. All right. I don't have any. Okay, I don't have any bombardier cards that allows me to re-roll the dice. So the dice that don't match are taken away. So I hit target 3 and target 1. Whoops. I hit target 1. I don't need to stack those. I was just stacking those. All right, I check the card. So target 1 is 50 points. Target 3 is 25 points. So I hit 75 out of 100. I'm sorry, 75 out of 150 total. All right. So not bad. I hit 2 targets. There is a thing that is not in the. This is not the new one. This is the old one. This is kind of small. But I did make a little mission card where you can write down how many enemy aircraft you hit, if any aircrew were killed in action, And then on each mission, you can cross out whole or half of the targets. I'm going to make a separate video for that. That's how the bombing works. Now, if during the game, let's say my pilot got hit twice, he had to, or let's say that the what do you call it, the flight engineer got hit twice. He had that yellow cube there, so we would take the yellow cube out, put the red cube in off of his card. And now this yellow cube has to get placed on the board. Now, because I'm in the middle of fiddling with the bombing results, the bombing site card, I don't want to go into too much depth here, but basically this blocks this line. So if I put it here, for example, I'd only be able to get half of that point. If I had two blocks there for whatever reason, then I wouldn't be able to hit that. Now, half a block will get you half points. I mean, half of the two will get you half points, and then full completely blocks that bombing line. I am redoing this because I don't like the way I did this. So, but that's how it works right now in the testing. Again, I'm going to put out a different video on this, and then that's it. Now on the mission card for Apple Jar, you saw it said RTB 10. Basically, what I would do is I would take the mission. Let me make sure these are. Take the mission deck. I would shuffle the mission deck. Shuffle this mission deck, and then I would draw 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then this Allied controlled area card that we had, I split this deck in half, placed that in there, just like we did kind of in the beginning, but reversed with the enemy. Now it's the friendly. And this is my return to base deck. So the game's not over yet. I still need to go back. So again, I would draw a card. Here's an enemy aircraft. And then I would go through. I would also turn over an Allied escort card for that. And then I would start the mission like we did in the beginning, going home. And then to land, there is a landing card. When we finish the bottom of this deck, you can also, if you want, you can take the landing card, put it at the bottom of the mission deck. So then when you finish, it's just sitting there, whatever way you want to do it. So the landing, I would count up the damage I got. So in this case, I've got 2 points of damage. I'm sorry, 2 points. So yellow is 1 point and red are 2. So I've got 1 yellow, 1 red. So that's a total of 3. So I've got 3. 12. So I got 18. 18 plus, what did I say? 3. 21. So 21. So I'm safe. So 21 is the number I get, and you'll see on the card it says 23 to 13 is safe. So I'm safe. I landed safely. If I got a number between 5 and 12, then I would roll a d12 and I would take that damage, and then I would land safely. If I got it between a 4 and 3, I would roll the d12 twice, figure out what got damaged. All right, and that's it. You know, in a nutshell, it's kind of self-explanatory. Thank you for spending the time with me and learning this. Oh, by the way, I didn't just want to mention really quick. If this stress counter gets to the last 3 spots, the red or the crimson and the red and the orange, these 3 spots, then the crew cannot use their abilities. Now, they can still fire, but they can't use any abilities. And I do need to put the morale in. There's some other rules I don't think I added in the instructions. That's it. I really appreciate you taking the time today. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the game. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I didn't go over the engine hit cards. Again, they're kind of self-explanatory. If your engine gets hit, you draw a card. If you have a damage already on it, you'll draw 2. If you have another damage on it, you'll draw 3. Does that make sense? So if I get damaged, if I get engine 1 gets damaged, I draw a card. No incident, great. And then next time, the engine gets hit again, I'm going to draw 2. 1, I would resolve this issue, and then the next one, okay, great, no issue. The next time this engine gets hit, oh, sorry, I'm taking these from the wrong spot. This would have been a red, right? The next time that engine gets hit, you'll see there's a prop that I have to do feather the prop roll, which is the instructions are here. Basically, I'm just going to roll a d12. If it's 1 to 10, the prop gets feathered. If it's an 11, I have to take some damage. And then this time, I would roll. When that happens, I would roll 3 times. So I would draw 3 times. I would draw this. No, this gets knocked out. If it didn't, then this would happen. There's an oil cooler failure, and then the third card. Geez, a supercharger failure in engine number 4, actually. All right, so yeah, that's the game. Really, I think I kind of covered the basics. You know, when you're taking your turn, you just have to remember about your escort, I think, because I always seem to forget there's an escort there. I don't know why, those poor guys. I just keep forgetting them for some reason. All right, that's it. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, thank you very much. And you have a great day. Be well, happy, and peaceful.